Hey, I'm Brian. I recently illustrated a couple of maps that are going to be puzzles and posters, and I did one of the United States and one of the world, and they both kind of, I guess, they highlight the temples for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Day Saints, and those puzzles are in production now. So I thought I couldn't fit all of the temples, but I thought I would continue to do more versions of maps highlighting more temples throughout the world. I thought maybe since I've done the United States and the world, I would do maybe a Utah map. But I thought maybe I would kind of walk through my process or my thinking process on how maybe as I start illustrating this Utah map, and I don't know if this is of interest to anybody. It seems like, to me, it seems kind of boring, but maybe somebody will find this interesting or helpful in some sort of way. So I thought maybe I would just record my process as I work through this map, and we'll see if it ends up becoming a puzzle or poster or what. But as part of this temple series, and again, hopefully someone will find it interesting. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Illustrator, which is where I create most everything vector in Adobe Illustrator, but a lot of stuff I'll draw by hand if it's like, I don't know, if it's animals or people or more complicated objects. I usually draw them by hand first, but I'm just going to set things up in Illustrator first just to get things going here. So I just went online, grabbed a map of Utah just so I could kind of get the proportions right and see where all the cities were. The other maps I recently did are horizontal. This one's going to be more vertical, but it's going to be the same size. I just flipped it, and figured that would work better for Utah. I want them to match. I want this one to match the other maps, and so I'm gonna kind of use the same color palette, and so that they're all part of the same series. But I've already got some stuff on here that I started with, but I'll just kind of show you what how I started. So I got the background. The other ones have blue ocean background. This one, because it's surrounded by the other states, I don't know. I think I'll probably keep it something neutral, but we'll see. And I want to bring in a little texture, so I just got some texture that's just I created this texture from I don't know. I think I grabbed some texture from like a gouache painting, and I just repeated it. And it doesn't look very good like this, but once I get all this other stuff on it, it'll just kind of be there to give it a little bit of grit and some interest. So, and then I kind of got this state traced out here, the shape and the gradient that will kind of match the rest of the series. And I decided I want to put a little texture on there too. Now, this doesn't totally, like this texture, I can't tell. I don't think it's lining up exactly with the one behind it, but I don't know. It might be. Again, it's not going to matter in the end. Once I get all this full of all this stuff, you won't really be able to tell. But the first thing I did is I kind of wanted to get the water, some of those landmarks out, and so I went in and I just got these water shapes in the Great Salt Lake and some of these other lakes, Lake Powell and things like that. And then I thought, I better put in these lines kind of so you can see. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these. I don't think I'll leave them black. I don't know if maybe I'll make them, I don't know, maybe I'll have them be darker orange or something. And I'll thicken them up maybe a little bit. And I don't know if I don't think I want them that strong, but maybe I'll just bring back the transparency on it a little bit. See how that Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little thicker. Okay, so now I feel like I've got kind of this palette here, this artboard I can start working with a little bit. The first thing I kind of wanted to do is, of course, map out where the temples are going to be. Because what I want to do is get the temples in there first, and then I'll kind of fill in the rest of the space around. And there are, I think there's been 23 temples as of today's date, which is March 2020. There's been 23 temples that are either here or announced that will be in Utah soon. And I don't know if we know exactly what they'll all look like, but so I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So I actually got these in here. I really just copied and pasted these temples from my other maps. Now they're not going to all look like this. I just wanted a placeholder. Obviously the Salt Lake one, that one's done, and I probably won't change that. And I got the Logan one done and St. George. These other ones, these are really just placeholders to fill up my visual space. And I labeled them. This temple shape was the main design when President Hinckley did a lot of the temples in the 90s. I guess early 2000s, mostly through the 90s, where he had all these temples constructed. And they were all kind of the same design or architectural layout, which was great and efficient. I think it's a little boring to have them all the same. So in Utah, we don't have that many of them. But around when I was doing the U.S., the United States map, I found there's a bunch that are this design. And I tried to change it up a little by kind of reversing the design and showing a different angle of it. But anyway, there's going to be plenty of diversity here when I replace these with the accurate temples. So again, this is just kind of my starting point. I did copy and paste a few things from the other maps that I already have in vector format that I already illustrated for those other maps, just so I had, because I already had something that I think I can reuse, or at least, and I might replace or re-illustrate. I don't know if I'll use this moose. Probably not. I'll probably do an elk instead. But maybe just as some placeholders. I grabbed some mountains. I got to do a lot more, and I'll copy and paste to make some of these bigger to do the Wasatch Front across here. And I just grabbed the compass. I'm trying to decide where I'll put that. I don't know if this is where I'll put, the title. I grabbed these planes. I don't know if I'll use that. But Salt Lake International Airport is here. I probably will redo a different plane because this is from the world map or something, and probably redo it. But that's where I'll put it. So I just probably in that sailboat, maybe here and there. I got to put something in the lake. And again, I might redo that one because that one's on the, I think I've got that on the United States one. Maybe it's the world one. Anyway, I grab that, grab this. Obviously, I'm going to do arches, so we got delicate arch. And maybe I'll do a little more. But again, just trying to start to fill in the space a little bit. And this, I did a Chihuahua map about a year ago, I guess, and I've done some retro, race cars from the Salt Flats on the Chihuahua map. So I just grabbed that and put that in there. Whether I use that car or whether I do another one, I don't know yet, but we'll see. It'll probably change down the line. This video is already getting probably way too long and already super boring. So I probably will I'll wrap this video up, but I just want to again explain kind of my starting point, and I think from here I'll probably move into Photoshop and start drawing some stuff by hand, and then I'll bring it in here and like I said, trace it out and vectorize it. So I'll probably wrap this up, and I looked at the video I've been recording, and it's got some. I got to get a better mic or something because there's this loud whooshing. I don't know if it's the sound of the computer or what. Anyway, so this is probably part one, and thanks for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in part 2. Thanks.